And you always
That's the first time you ever did what Mom told you to do.
It was her.
Baby did a bad, bad thing. Baby
Extra special spoiled brat.
I was born in the time when our family was enduring the worst of the
You
Depression.
ever loved someone so much you thought your little heart was gonna break in two? I didn't think so. You ever try with all your heart and soul to get your lover back to you?
We had cupcakes that day, all
You
white,
ever pray
or
with all your
yellow,
heart and soul?
white icing. No, I don't know. One chocolate cake in the bunch.
Baby did a bad, bad thing.
She got it. She got it.
Baby did a bad, bad thing. Baby did a bad, bad thing. I feel like crying.
But usually over on the trapeze, from our legs or doing cartwheels.
But there had to be that
Standing on our
Tina. There was
heads.
a little
Are
thing.
you taking this? Is that what you're doing?
You ever close your eyes, you make it believe you're holding the one you're dreaming of. Even if you say so, it hurts so bad when you finally know just how low, 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 low you go. Baby did a bad, bad thing. Baby did a bad, bad thing. Baby did a bad, bad thing. And I feel like crying. I feel like crying.
Tell a story. I think I'll tell a
Okay.
story about Betty Jane.
Oh, you will? Okay, go ahead.
I usually was paired with George, and I think that's why I learned to run fast, because he would me by the hand and I'd have to run.
Here's another one.
But there were times where you were in charge of me to take care of me. And one time it was raining so bad, and we were to carry the lunch. Remember how we carried our lunches? Our sandwiches were packed in newspaper.
Yeah. Yep, nice and sturdy and
piece
strong.
Of, yes,
And tied
a
with
nice,
string.
and a piece of fruit. And I think the fruit that day was pear. I had a
my
pear. But you were taking me down the state road, and you were taking care of my lunch. You were really disgusted with me carrying my lunch, so you put it in your pocket.
I did.
Yeah, you put it in your pocket. And I don't remember how, but it was raining really bad, and the paper got
Oh, you
all
go wet.
soaked
Yeah,
and
yeah,
wet.
yeah. No umbrellas, no rain clothes.
But I
boots.
think I really still did enjoy my lunch. But you did a really good job taking care of me.
But I learned, but did I learn? I didn't learn. I should have learned that. Get up and open your mouth and speak for yourself, but I didn't.
So they called Mary Margaret's cake skinny
We
cake.
called it skinny cake, yeah.
Oh,
We were
it
too
was
Yeah,
dumb.
it was very thin. It was thin
Brownies. It
chocolate.
was brownies.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be thin, but I thought it should be made like this.
Yeah.
And so Nita and I tried another dumb
So-
story. And Nita and I,
Yeah, we made a double recipe and put it in the same pan. So we thought we were going to get nice thick
Fat
chocolate
check
cake.
cake.
It was so
It kept pouring over the pan.
And, went on, and never did cook. We had to throw it out because Mom was going to come home and we had to get rid of the evidence.
We
We
weren't
talk
allowed.
about sort of good with the evidence. Mary Margaret never let us drink coffee. When my mother died, well, a lot of things went wrong. But anyway, I don't know why. And
They
I
were
always
wrong.
had this urge for
Because
coffee.
you were already
did.
old enough to drink
Oh,
coffee.
I'm in high school already. I mean, why couldn't we have coffee? And by that time, Mary Margaret was playing the organ for Mom. Mom's dead now, or maybe Mom's sick. I can't remember. I think she was dead then. And Mary Margaret's playing the organ in the morning. She talked to the bus stop license. She's gone. We put the pot on the stove, heat up the coffee pot, and Mary Margaret missed a trolley. Next thing I know, she's coming back into the house. Oh my God, what we do? So I put the coffee pot in the cold water so she would know it was hot. Never think we could smell all of it. And of course, I smell it just like beer on your breath. You know, you can smell whatever. But oh, we got caught red-handed. That was terrible.
We also got caught red-handed one time having coffee. Lavinia, you and I were doing some kind of job. I don't know whether we were doing the floors. We were going to step into the wooden floors.
Yeah,
So
we
we
had to
went
make-
out and made coffee, and we decided we were really going to have fun. We put lipstick on too. Remember that?
Oh yes.
Mary Martin never allowed us to have lipstick on.
Yeah, there's a wave on those little things.
She
the little tiny
was
ones.
livid with us.
But I was telling you about my first Holy Communion. So here I am at this lady's house, thinking it's my first communion, my day for Holy Communion. And this stinking ugly dog with the bulgy eyes and the clickety click 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 click. And I was scared to death of it. Now, yet I loved animals, but this was an ugly dog. I mean, big time
He was a
ugly.
cute little dog.
It was ugly. And she always said clean floors and hardwood floors. And when he'd walk, he'd tap, 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 tap. And I'm trying to eat whatever it is they gave me. And of course, I acquiesced in going with Mom because I knew this lady was a phenomenal baker. And I had my cookies up here like this. And I had all this beautiful little lace, you know. Well, that clown was chewing at my lace, and I'm screaming. And Mom doesn't know why I'm screaming. I want my cookies and I can't eat them because they're up here and the crumbs that are here.
You don't want the dog to get her
The
cookies.
dog's getting the dog. It was terrible. My first little,
And she was a skinny
my
little
first
thing. She was a skinny little thing
thing.
in those days.
Yeah, I was.
Well, you like that advertisement. With
Why
the- with
didn't
the
you stand
gecko?
up on the dumb stool?
Because Mom told me to sit there on that.
And you always
That's the first time you ever did what Mom told you to do.
It was a communion day, but my first communion day. I hate June bugs.
And grasshoppers.
I don't hate June bugs. I fear June bugs. Big time. So we always had to walk through the
Weeds.
Alex field and
Yeah.
the weeds and over the locust grove.
You
So
could've
I'm
gone
up at the
down the
communion
road.
rail. There's a grasshopper up my dress and a June bug in my sleeve. Oh, I fainted flat. And I was forever fainting in church anyway. They were always carrying me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to wear hats in church in those days. And there she is. She's not feeling good. She's sitting on the seat instead of kneeling at the kneeler. And her hat's falling off. And Mary Margaret keeps reaching behind her and putting her hat back on. And then she starts to fall over again. And she finally fell right over in the pew. And then one of the ushers
I
came and
remember
carried her
that.
out.
I remember trying to keep my hat on, and
Yeah.
I forgot who the man was that carried me
I
out.
don't remember one of the
know.
Was
others.
there no Brian or
I don't know.
I haven't the faintest idea who it was, but I know that you got carried
take
out.
me over to the rectory
Where are they
It wasn't
getting my
where I'd get
sister?
a glass of milk,
Yeah, they gave you lots of milk.
my nutrition for the week. Maybe that's.
I know this story, and I don't believe I did this. But my sisters tell me that when I wouldn't get my way, I'm not going to hurt you, Anita. I used to
no.
pick up the skin and twist it.
Yeah.
And twist it. Isn't that cool?
Pinch and twist. This is when she was a baby.
I don't remember doing that.
And should we all three say together what we called her?
Extra special spoiled brat.
Now, I was born in the time when our family was enduring the worst of the Depression. It's not that it's
1932.
32,
Let you know
yeah.
how old
Not
I
an
Now,
was.
Depression just started
Not
at
an
30, but this is when the family was beginning to feel it. Yeah, I agree. And I think Mom always felt that she could not give me whatever I needed, you know.
Milk.
And,
Yeah,
yeah,
milk.
and of course,
It's hard to get
remember
milk.
oranges, so I had a thing for oranges, which I
Not when
still
you were
do.
an infant. You were a
Well, not when I
toddler.
was an infant, but I can remember when I was very young, and Mom had that white table with the porcelain
Yeah.
with the blue on. You know, we do the baking and that on the table, you roll it, and she said, cut the oranges in half. Well, nobody had fruit or anything in those days. Cut the orange in half, and she'd pull around the skin around the top, and you eat it like this, you know. Well, I wanted by both hands with the orange, and she said, no, you take half, because I guess she gave half to everybody.
Yeah.
I got a hold of this table. I had to be a small little skinny kid, and I got under and I swung and kicked up real hard, and it was like a
You
gym.
might have only been 2 or 3 years old.
I was young. But what I remember is my dad's hand. I don't ever remember my dad hitting me. And down came this hand. I don't think he really hurt me, but he said, I remember him saying, take one or something like that, you know. And I just looked at him. My dad never hit me, you know. So I had to go from, you know, one little orange, you know.
And I love tomatoes, like those little tomatoes that I grow out there and thing. And we were all playing ball over in the ball field near Mariotti's. And I saw their garden was right there. And the youngest Mariotti boy come over and he says to me, I understand you like tomatoes, those little tomatoes. I says, I love those little tomatoes. He says, we got lots here, right here in the garden. And he takes me over there and he
Is this Billy?
Junior.
Junior.
Mariotti.
Yeah,
Junior.
Junior's young. Billy's
I know,
little.
I know Junior, but I think if you were only 8, Junior was.
Well, I was a little,
Oh,
little
Junior
kid.
was
Oh,
my age, so
Yeah, he was a
Junior
little
was in
kid.
school
Oh,
with Vinny and I.
Yeah. It had to be Junior
Oh.
because I always was suspect
This
about
is typical
Junior.
of the parent stories.
Anyway,
Redefining.
he picks what I think is a little one of those little tomatoes. I didn't look at the plant. He picked it off of me. He ran and got it and brought it to me, and I put it in my
Trust
mouth and bit down on it. It's a red pepper.
Oh my Lord.
And my
red
mouth
pepper.
immediately was on fire.
Oh my Lord.
And we had been taught,
Oh,
do
he
not
was
go to the
bad.
neighbor's house to get water or anything. You should come home when you need something. So I had to run all the way home,
Which was quite
across
right.
the fields, to get something to quench this fire. This one is coming across the field, and she does have 2 oranges, 2 halves, one in each hand. And all I want is some liquid to quench the fire. And I asked her
Oh,
for a
baby,
taste of
light
her
my
orange.
fire.
No, these are mine. These are mine.
I still
And
think
I was in
oranges,
too
you
much pain to stand there
know. You should have
argue
come
with
with
her.
physically.
I wouldn't have taken it away from you.
How do you spell relief after that?
Then I had to run home. I found out many, 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 many years later that eating anything or even drinking water was the wrong thing to do. You should, I mean, anything liquid, you should eat a piece of bread.
Bread, yeah, that's what I heard.
See?
Yeah.
So maybe she did me a favor. It might have made it worse.
I don't
eating the
remember
orange.
that.
But all I remember was, no, they're mine, they're mine.
Maybe she wasn't yet 5, somewhere around that age. We were crossing this very same field, and the grass is high, and a little path. And we're heading for Mariotti's house, because Mrs. Mariotti had goats, and Sheila was an infant and needed goat's milk. So we're going over there. I'm going first, Nita behind me. I see a skunk. Going straight for us on the path. I put my hand back and stopped Anita from coming forward, and we went up through the high grass to the road. Went
All the
over
way
to-
down the road. to get away from
And
that
you would see
skunk.
that high grass, you get lost in it.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have more cuts. I used to do a thing
Oh,
with
when you're
Mary
little, you
Margaret.
get
When
lost
I
in
was
it.
small, you won't believe this, but I was very, very skinny and long-legged. I think you were another one who used to climb the tree with me. And Mary Margaret was always wanting us to do something when Mom wasn't home. She was a bit of a bully, to be truthful with you, you know. And I
Possible.
wasn't going to be bullied. But anyway, I would get up in the peach tree and I would eat the peaches. You know, if you eat the peach, at the end there's one part that's very like pointed. And I don't know how I learned to do it, but I used to learn how to throw those things that so it's whack her hard, you know. But then God punished me. And first she didn't know where they were coming from because you weren't up as high as I am. She could see you, but she couldn't see me. But God punished me because on peach trees there's this wonderful gooey thing called sap. And if you've got long legs and you're shorts on, that stuff is up and down your legs. So when you go at nighttime to bathe and you try to get that off, you can't get it off. You have to pull it off. And oh, yeah, revenge is sweet, saith the Lord, and I love the
Well,
help.
talking about fruit trees, I have a memory, which is my memory of fruit trees. And then after the rain in the spring, we had to go and pick up the stones and around the trees so Dad could have a nice bed around
That
the
was,
fruit
no,
trees.
that was another reason, but go ahead.
Well, there was.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
after
yeah.
the erosion. I remember Dad talking about the
Oh,
erosion.
yeah, the erosion,
So
yeah.
He was making,
one of
he was
my
making a
jobs-
French drain for, down
Okay.
for the
Well,
mud field.
okay, that's what he wanted stones for
Yeah.
that. So we
Rocks.
had to pick up the stones anyway. But one of my jobs was to go up under the trees and pick up the stones. So I'm picking up stones. Finally, I pick up a stone that has 4 legs.
Oh yes, I remember that. I remember
I
that.
had found somebody's pet turtle.
Yeah. I think
Well,
it's a
I
traffic
wanted a
turtle,
new
wasn't
job.
it? Yeah.
Pronto. Dad, you have to give me another job. I can't do this job. Because I didn't like anything that wiggled.
And
The other memory I have about fruit trees is when we climbed the trees. And I don't know about all of you, but I like them Alberta peaches. I had myself many a feast.
Well, we did with the trees, the fruit trees. After when we were talking about rain, that's what we didn't think of it. After a rainy day, we weren't allowed out in the rain. Sometimes Mom would let us. It depends on what type of rain and other circumstances.
Temperature and all
Sometimes
that
we were allowed to stand on the porch and put our hands out.
Hey, I forgot about that. Yeah.
But after
Mother,
the rain
may
was
I?
done, after the rain was done,
Oh, could we
we'd
please
go out
in
under
the
the
rain?
we would go out under the trees and shake them.
Yeah.
Get all wet anyway.
All the storm brought all the
Pieces.
fruit down. Yeah.
I remember Lavinia and I getting in awful trouble after the rain because we went out with new sandals.
Oh yes, that's what Daddy.
And in the summer we went barefoot because I couldn't afford sandals. We went out in new sandals and went out.
I think Mom
lost-
Mom had
lost them
dressed
in
you up
the
to
mud.
go someplace,
Oh.
and Daddy was planting those maple trees.
Oh.
The tree wasn't planted.
Well,
Just
we
to get
went
dug-
out and
he had
played
dug
in-
the hole and it got full of water. It was like a little swimming pool. And they lost their shoes. I don't know if sandals or shoes, but they lost their
Just put them
to
to sleep.
sleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I woke up,
yeah.
teething. And Mom said, I'll fix her. And she fixed me a bottle of water, hot water with sugar and a little whiskey in it. And I downed that real fast. And then I stood up in the crib and I swung that bottle by the nipple. Baggio! Baggio! She sat there and laughed.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked, you know.
Another
She
fond
didn't give me enough
memory
to
I
put me
have.
out.
Another fond memory I have from top of the hill was when Mom made bread on Saturday morning. The bread, how she kneaded the dough and kneaded the dough in that great big basin.
The old dish pan.
Yeah.
Old dish
Yeah.
pan, old big basin, and she'd knead that dough.
Did
and
she
that
have
bread
sticks
with
on there
rice.
with a towel or something? I remember
Yeah,
sticks.
she would put
Well,
tea
she-
towels over it
She
for the
put
dough to
for
rise.
yeah,
But she
Right,
made
yeah.
crullers. She made all that bread, And I don't know about you, but in my memory, I don't think a choir member left that door without a loaf of bread under their arm.
Well, they had it all eaten. Daddy always talked about the choir people when they came for choir practice.
Well, I remember
They would
Andy
always-
Adams always had
Well,
got a loaf.
They
yeah,
would
that
eat.
little round loaf. Mom
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
little round pan that she would make.
But the
Mom
boys
she'd
would.
do that thing.
Nobody had cars, and on a cold winter's night,
Yeah.
they walked a long ways to come over to our house to practice for Easter or for
Well,
Christmas.
first of all, the
special-
churches wouldn't be warned
special-
anyway. Yeah,
special,
yeah.
special choir practice, and coffee was made, and they would eat. The bread would be gone. Daddy always said the
But you
bread
know,
was
I
gone.
remember Mom cooking.
Oh,
You know,
and
she would
cinnamon
make.
rolls. She made the best
Yeah.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, when Mom would make turkey, stuffed turkey or for any kind of bird, even chickens mostly.
Chicken. She cooked chicken. She didn't have turkey. She had
I
turkey
it was
once.
chickens, yeah, because
Yeah.
you know what, I like
3
the
or 4
necks.
chickens.
And nobody.
Oh, you wanted the neck.
I was the neck person, boy, and
Oh.
I couldn't wait to get that neck and suck all that
And
stuff.
you want
Me and
coffee.
Anita, I do, and just suck out all that. That is the most delicate, delicious meat. And now I can't even. Look
I
at
gave it
turkey.
to the dog.
Well, I
in
love-
later
I love
times.
turkeys.
The dog knew when the turkey was cooking and he was going to get his share.
We always thought how nice, we go to the elementary school, you walk the distance, you go up over the, down the Ellis's
Field.
Field and up over Locust Grove and down. It was quite a haul. And eventually, they built a school when they brought all these workers up for the mills, I guess, for the projects. And they built Lowell Elementary.
Yeah.
And of course, we kids had walked all those 5 years over to the elementary. Now we're in 6th grade and we're thinking, finally, we are going to have a school
Right close by.
right close by. Well, it was filled with blacks. And they weren't like Pittsburgh blacks.
They were from the south and they
From
had
the
their
south.
own school and they thought this new school was just theirs.
Yeah. And that was the first
Oh,
time.
we didn't know anything about them having their
Yeah.
own school.
But this was the first time where they had like these desks that actually move. They're not like on runners, they're loose desks with loose chairs. And they were hideous to us. There might have been like 3 white kids to a whole room of black kids. And one would get you in the front and one would get you behind and they'd squash you.
Milk.
And then when the teacher would scream or something, the teacher would turn around and you'd get scolded, not the kid. Then to make the story worse, we had quills, so we'd do writing in school. We didn't have ballpoint pens and all the things you have now. They were
You had a
quills.
piece of wood and
Yeah, wood, and you had to take your little
Pen
matchbox
point.
with a
Pen
little
point.
piece of cloth, and you had
Yeah.
to clean your quill to do the writing.
did you call it a quill in school?
Yeah, it was
We
a
called
quill.
pinpoint,
Well, it was
didn't
a pinpoint, but it was like
Yeah.
a quill.
Yeah,
Like that's what
yeah.
we use in art talk.
Mhm.
But they would take these things and stick them in your
Ooh.
butt. Remember that big girl? That was
Bernice
Bernice, I can't remember her name.
Ash.
And I had it. And we went through something like 4 or 5 teachers in our homeroom. They couldn't keep a teacher.
Because they
in
were
there.
afraid of the
They were
black.
afraid of the blacks. So it got to a point where it got so bad, they had to dismiss the white kids at 3 o'clock. And this is way back in 1940 something, and dismiss the black kids at 4 o'clock. That's how bad it got.
So you had time to get home?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So-
didn't allow the black kids to go out first because the black kids would wait around and wait for the white kids.
Well, that didn't happen that way. I said, I'm tired of this. And remember Priscilla? And I said, we're going to wait around. And I'm tired of the
Priscilla's
rock
last
room.
name.
And that's what we're going to do. And I said, I'm going
Jones.
to beat the heck out of that girl. Yeah, that teacher didn't do it enough. Didn't fix it up well enough for me. I'm going to finish the job. So we all waited around for them to get out of school. And I got on this big black girl. What was her one, the big black one, Todd?
Bernice.
Bernice.
And then there was
And I was-
Irene Johnson.
Yeah, I was
and
doing
Priscilla.
her good clubbing, and this Priscilla jumps on my back, but it was Elmer Barnes. I'll never forget Elmer. I love him, the black kid. He said, "Oh no, this is going to be a fair fight," And I beat the heck out of her. So after that, we were all dismissed at the same time. 'Cause
Here's
that-
an interesting story about that same class. We were studying geography, African geography,
Oh, yes,
and we were
yes.
not allowed to say the word Negro. This is when you were start calling them black, but they hadn't
Yeah.
found black as beautiful yet. They were only beginning to find that. So we had to say, of all things, wheelbarrow. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that?
We did. We weren't
We
allowed
had
to
to
use that
say
word.
wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
So I was a slow reader. I wasn't the best reader. And good old Elmer Barnes came to my rescue. I got up and I'm reading so the sentence I'm reading word for word and I get to Negro, so it was Negro.
Yeah.
Well, Elmer Barnes got up because Pee Wee Jones,
Yeah, Peter Jones.
he
Yeah.
wanted to see that Willetta Powers.
Yeah. Now the
Yeah.
teacher said to you wheelbarrow, and you thought she said Willetta, and you said it. Instead
So I
of correcting
repeated it again.
you went back. Same thing, Negro.
Well, That black kid, he was going to get up. Pee Wee Jones would get up and beat me up.
Yeah.
Then Elmer Barnes came to my rescue.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, they were terrible. They would take
They
your
liked
coats.
us Pars girls.
Yeah, they would-
Especially after you and Lavinia stayed and fought with them. I
Yeah.
was cowardly. I ran home. I think Lavinia got a broken wrist or
Yeah,
something.
she was
after
she
that.
was real upset because, but I wouldn't give up.
The reason I remember Beanie was that Mom bought this cheesecloth and dyed it green
Yes.
for her costume.
Yeah.
And we stood out in the yard shaking, shaking
I
Dixon's
forgot
smile.
about that. Yeah.
So I remember
I had
Beanie.
the drawer of sewing all these little straw. You know these little straw flowers. I had to take those and sew them all over the skirt of that green.
And you were good at
outfit.
stuff like that. I remember we got into the junior high school. However, we did that. We did get there. And Mom learned that there was a talent show on. And she was furious with us that we didn't tell her there was a talent show because none of us went out to try out for the show.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we didn't.
I was tired
And
of
we
saying
had
that.
learned, then she had learned that that talent show was the next night. And look, and Anita, do you remember this? I remember that you helped Mom sew 3. The reason why we didn't because we didn't have a gown.
Oh yeah.
Mom made 3 gowns.
There's
and Anita
broom-
helped
there's
her
broomsticks
in one
for-
day.
yeah.
One
Oh,
day.
For the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the 3 of us.
Yeah, before I get carried away here, when you started talking about finally going to a school that was close by, I thought you were going to tell this story. That was the year Billy started kindergarten.
Oh yes.
And these kids could have just walked over Vista View Street to the school
Yeah.
and been there.
Yes.
I don't know, which, did you take
Yeah.
turns taking Billy?
Yeah,
Did
we
all
had to
three-
go-
did. We had
Did
to
all
take
three,
turns.
did all, you took all 3
Yeah,
didn't
took
take
turns.
We
yours?
had to run like
We
crazy.
had to
All the
run
way
it
down
in
to
and run all the
Homeville.
way back to go to school on time.
And then the worst part is then now we're not that far from the junior high school. So
Yeah.
here's our little house and there's the junior high school. No. Mom sells a blooming house and we go down to the bottom of the stupid hill. And now we're gonna walk all the
You
way
know
up
why
the
she
hill.
sold the house? Because I was starting high school that year. And if we were living on top of the hill, I'd have to go down the hill in the morning to get the streetcar, but coming home at 4 o'clock, I'd have to walk up the hill. See? So this way I'm living down on the boulevard. I just walk out the front door, get on
Yeah,
the
we had to
streetcar,
walk
and
up
I'm
the
right
hill and
there.
down the hill.
The
See,
truth of the
I'm
matter
always-
is she
so
tried
I'm
to-
the favored one.
The truth of the
I got a story about the store. There we had one door that's a swinging door. So this lady owned it. She used to cook and
this
bake
is
and do
bad.
all
This
this
is
crap.
on me.
Yeah. And we know we
She
got a
said
kid.
no.
You know,
She
you
said
have a lot
no.
of kids in your family. You know, you fight, you know. And who
Who
controls her?
fight?
Oh, fight? Oh,
And
fight?
you had it in.
I had it with this one.
Oh, no, I'll tell
I
you.
had
Oh,
This is
yes,
my
you
story.
did.
This is
I
my story.
really
to
had
tell.
it with
We
this.
all have the same story. That's
For
you're
some-
going to hear.
Let's
Listen
say
first.
tell.
For some reason or other, I was left in charge. I think Mom went out and took Memoir with her.
She wasn't going to be
When
my
Mom
mother.
took, when Mom took Memoir out, then I'm in charge. And somebody was supposed to do the dishes. They couldn't do the dishes till the table got cleared. Somebody was to clear the table, but who was supposed to clear the table? I was doing something else. I can't remember what, but it was very important.
This is a store.
Well,
too.
yeah, in this
And I'm
store.
waiting on customers.
No, you were supposed
Cutting
to be
lunch
sitting, you were
meat.
supposed to be clearing the table. And I think I was
Cutting
cleaning the lunch and thing. But anyway, I says, who's to clear the table? Who's, 5 minutes later, who's to clear, about the 6th time, now who's gonna clear this table? I'm getting tired of asking.
Never
Because
heard you talk
I'm taking me away from what I'm doing to make sure the table gets cleared. Finally, she starts, Willetta starts to clear the table. And I'm saying, who's gonna clear that table? She was putting her hand down on the mustard jar at the time.
Yes.
And she went like this and threw it at me. But
Pretending.
She's a very, no, she was gonna throw it. But she was very tender-hearted.
Yeah,
And
get
she's
out of
gonna,
my
she's
face, girl.
gonna, but whoever used the mustard last did not turn the lid. The lid is still loose. Listen now. So she goes like this, holding on to the jar, just as she's coming.
And then I had this blue jumpsuit. Blue jumpsuit.
She's coming through the door. In the meantime, I saw this action, you know, I stepped aside. And she comes in all in the
You know those Three Stooges? Well, I was
she
there.
gets the mustard all down
And
the front.
yellow khaki
It's a
color.
good thing it's in here.
Some kid had just done
It takes a lot to get me angry. I don't know what happened. because
But had she
I'm
thrown it in
slow
a
to
glass
anger.
jar, had she thrown it, it hit Annie in the face, they'd been in trouble.
And down came all this mustard. I wanted to kill, but I couldn't say. I think we did that is one time Willetta and I were really pissed. We were mad. I mean, that bad word, you know.
Hey, we waited on the customers.
And we
Let's
were
face
busy,
it,
and
me
I don't know
you
what
and
happened.
Amy.
I think we had babysat, and we wanted to go swimming or something. We couldn't do it because we had to stay there. I think Dorothy Monahan wasn't there that day to help Mom.
Oh.
And so we couldn't go. And you found the baker had just brought all this baked goods.
Oh God, I was bad. in
We
the store.
found the biggest chocolate cake you can imagine. Went behind. Remember how sick we got?
You went to the backyard?
We ate the whole chocolate cake, the two of us. And I was so sick after
I never did
that.
anything like
And
that.
I think the ice cream man, Siltest, introduced us to new ice cream called peanut butter.
Uh-huh.
And I went to try that on top of the chocolate cake.
Oh, yeah.
And got so deathly sick
We were so sick.
that I went and lost it all, came back and had to wait on customers.
We had the postman. He came morning and afternoon. We called him Uncle Sam. Here comes Uncle Sam. The bread man was Aunt Hannah's bread. We called him Aunt Hannah.
What about Otto, the milkman?
Well, yeah, this Aunt Hannah, he got tired of being called Aunt Hannah. He was a nice man.
Oh, he was
He says,
darling.
can't you call me Uncle Hannah?
He was darling. He really
What
was
about poor
darling.
Mac Richards?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have a story about Mac Richards, don't
Yeah.
we, Ann Martin?
Well, yeah, Pat Mac Richards used to call me, not Pearl Mesa, but who was
Minnie
the other
Pearl?
one? No, the large.
Oh,
person.
I know.
May West.
May West.
Oh, May
So I
West.
must have been getting older and becoming more endowed, and I
He
was
was that-
very,
yeah.
very self-conscious about it, and didn't want to, And I loved Mac. Mac was very,
He was a very tender fellow.
what did he have? What kind of
Polio.
polio? And his two legs were very dwarfed, and he was very.
He got
big up
polio when
here.
he was 5 years old. His legs didn't
And
develop.
he went on to have a family, children, and a beautiful wife and beautiful children, gorgeous. But he would carry, it was amazing how he would go on the snow and the ice with his two crutches and the milk for the babies and all that. But he worked behind the store.
Yeah, he'd take the loaf of bread, put a string
Yeah,
around it, throw it
yeah.
over his shoulder, and the milk in it.
Yeah.
And string around the milk so he can hang on
and
to
cross
it.
the
boulevard.
boulevard and cross this the trolley
Streetcar
tracks
tracks.
and a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And of course, he and Tom McCullough, another one of mom used to help out from time to time. There was seasonal workers at Kennywood Park, but when Kennywood Park was closed, they didn't have work. You're talking a very short season of work. So he used to help mom at the store. I guess we were all
Yeah.
in school wherever we were doing. But anyway, I was very long-legged.
He was sweet.
And astrology, not the Western astrology, but the Eastern, I'm a monkey, which I realized years later. But I used to be able to get up there because I was very long-legged, and of course not like this now. And I could get my foot here, my foot there, and reach up and get things real fast because we had that big prong.
We had that big prom thing to do.
Yeah.
but-
Well, one of these days, I'm up there doing whatever, because I think we had the tobacco a little bit higher too. We got to
Oh,
the point
wow.
where we couldn't have people reaching over to get stuff because there was trouble with the teenagers coming in. We were teenagers ourselves. And so he said to me while I was up there, when I get the box of cornflakes or something, I don't know what he wanted. I said, get it yourself, you're crippled, are you crippled or, do you think you're crippled or something? Never realized, and the guy is crippled, But so you
Well,
get,
we took
Yeah.
him for granted. We didn't. Well,
You
we used
forget.
we always
What
used
Mac was doing was taking inventory from mom at that time.
We-
And all those things had to be counted.
Yeah,
He wanted you to
we always said to one another if we didn't want to do something, do this for me. Do it yourself. You're not crippled.
yeah, do yourself, you're not crippled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what happened to me one night. He came in from work. The reason why we took care of him because Mrs. Clamp not only
Used
had
to
a
feed 'em,
restaurant
yeah.
there, but she also had roomers. She had rooms for them all. But when we moved in, they all had to get out.
We needed all the
So mom, because of Mac and I guess
Tommy
Tommy too,
Tommy, yeah.
they fed them. So he came in from around midnight or whatever time he came in from, and I fixed him a sandwich. Somebody was sitting in the booth. I don't know which one of the kids. Well, fix me one too, I said, I'm looking right at Mac, putting the sandwich down, saying, "Get your own, you're not crippled." As though I'm making it for him.
cruel. It's so cruel.
But he,
I
came,
never-
he took all
I
his
worked
meals
well
with
with
us
him, too.
before he got married.
Yeah.
And he came in one morning for breakfast.
yes.
And I was going to fix the breakfast that morning for some reason. Everybody had to take turns doing everything. And Daddy come in from work and he said to me, "You're cooking breakfast?" I said, "Yes, I'm cooking breakfast. How do you want your eggs?" "I don't want eggs. I want pancakes. I want you to make pancakes." And I hated to make pancakes. Until I learned how to season the skillet so that you had it just the right heat. So
you
when
lost
you put
about
it
7
in,
of them to begin
the
with.
first they would stick. See, and I hated to do that. I said, "I don't want to make pancakes, Daddy." Daddy says, "Oh." I don't know how I had the nerve to tell him I didn't want to make pancakes. But
You're
anyway,
nervous. You're nervous.
Mac was coming in the front door at that time. I think I was about 15 then.
Yeah.
And Daddy
Or
said,
16.
"Here comes Mac. He'll want pancakes. So you ought to make pancakes." And I get up and I go and I says, "You don't want no pancakes, do you, Mac?"
Yeah, I never remember that.
And he said, "No, no, Dad, like that I don't." I got away from making pancakes. I didn't have to make them that day. But I did learn to make pancakes eventually, and I like to make pancakes now.
Us growing up. But I guess our supplies for artwork and stuff was limited,
Oh, yeah, very
that
limited.
we drew on the wall. And some of you say Mom allowed us to drive on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
No,
But
she
for a
allowed
long-
us to draw on the table.
Oh.
We were not allowed to draw on the wall. You
Okay.
had to
But
walk
somehow
off.
there was a horse's ass
George did that.
that stood stood on the wall in the corner for
For long,
years
yeah.
and years.
It seemed like it was years. I don't think it was
I
that
don't know
long.
how long
No.
it was.
But I
But
They
for a
just
little
do
kid, it
the
was a
tail
long
end of the
time.
horse.
Yeah.
It was into the corner of the wall. Just do the.
It was like he was going around.
Ran into the corner and
But she had this wonderful table.
And they blamed me for doing it because
you
I
were
like
on
horses.
horse.
You
You
were
were
on-
wrong. You
yeah.
always
No,
on
George
horse.
was the one that did it.
George did it.
But she had this wonderful table that you would do baking on. You could roll your dough out and do whatever you were doing. And had that. I remember the blue and white.
She rolled on the
enameling.
cabinet, Annie.
A
The
cabinet?
cabinet was
Yeah.
the same
But
as
it's
the
the
table.
same table,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
And you
cabinet
could
was
scour
hard,
it off
wasn't
with cleanser, and it was such a wonderful.
We would
'cause it-
divide it in portions and each.
Yeah,
had
It was
because
enameled.
Yeah, it was
Like
enameled, but all the gloss was gone, so it had a nice flat texture. You could take the pencil really beautifully, you know. Remember Dad had those carpenter pencils
Yeah.
with the flat heads?
Yeah.
Oh, did I love those, you know, those big flat ones, you know.
Mhm.
I still don't know how they ever used them, but we would get those, you know.
We all knew our spot because the blue around
I never
the,
had a spot. That's
outside
why I don't know how to draw.
would have these
dots.
Dots, yeah.
Yeah.
bubbles or whatever.
Yeah.
And the shape, one was like a dirigible, one was a snowman. I don't remember who
I
had
could
what
tell
spot.
we were bored.
I think the snowman was my spot.
I don't remember what my spot was, but I knew where my spot
All,
was.
all around the table was
Out
something.
of damn spot. Yeah, yeah, you're right. They suggested certain little shapes if you were
Yeah.
imaginative, you know. So we would.
Well, what's
Yeah.
imagine about a hole here and it's a snowman. I mean,
And then we used to lay out in the ground. In the summer, our entertainment was figuring out different images of the clouds. That was one of our passing.
one of my favorite pastimes when we got up on top of the chicken coop with our bubble pipes. And our bubble pipes were made from sumac trees.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
You take all that black stuff off.
Yeah.
Nice, slick, clean thing.
Clean it out, hollow it
Yeah,
out.
haul it out, yeah.
Take the piss out.
And
And
put
you
it in
could
your
cut it on a
mouth.
slant. And you could put it on a slant.
Then
That was
about
a nice
5
thing,
kids
yeah.
would have so much
And
bad
soap.
cases of
Sumac poisoning.
sumac poisoning
Well, I
and
never
poison
had it. I
ivy.
never had it.
Oh, there was a couple of you that had to lay out
No,
in
it
the sun.
was the poison
Beanie-
ivy.
Beanie
yeah.
and-
Beanie and
Yeah.
Mary Margaret Danny.
Yeah,
Those-
the eyes were like the
terrible.
Chinese. They're all swollen, and they had to put the worst. The thing that cured us, killed us too, though, because they put tea bags on to take the poison on. And then after you had rid of the poison ivy, we just scratch yourself to death. With the two things, one's going to be gross, so prepare yourself. But the other, these tea bag stings were all over you, you know. So now you have these
Cheeky,
big
cheeky
brown.
Chinaman.
It was horrible. Then the worst part is after, because I had my fingers were swollen. Couldn't
Yeah.
Mom used to get gauze and dip it
Yeah.
in something and wrap it up, and then you'd. This is gross. This is gross. But you'd take the gauze off, and of course it would
Yeah.
ooze.
Yeah.
And all the pus would come out, and then you have to do it again. Then, when all this poison was finally almost out of your system, you'd get these ugly boils in the most strange places. And Mom had at that time a black thing, and I don't remember the name of it. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a greenish black thing. And you would hold a match to
Oh,
it
yeah.
to let it
Uh-huh.
melt. But the thing is, if you had the boil on your leg, because you get this big red, almost like a carbuncle. I don't know what that medicine was, but you held a match to it,
Yeah.
and you let it drip, and you had to get it right on the red spot where you think you want it to come to
The
a
head,
head.
yeah.
Then Petey and I would have a contest. Shuck, shuck, shuck. Pop in the boil to see who can get the core on, who can make it go the highest. Oh yeah, we did that.
my.
What, another gross story, Jim? Are you ready for this one?
No, let's
I-
lighten it up a little.
I would have, well, I want more gross story. I would have billing ears. I always had bad ears. Terrible. Even today when a doctor looks in this ear, they'll say, my God, it's the wonder you can hear. And dear George, God love him. George in his life came to the rescue. Remember when I cut my hand here and I cut my
I
hand here?
did that.
Well, I had
That
two
we
times.
had.
2 times.
When
I
you
did.
cut the orange,
Yeah.
right here, I was the one that took care of that
And it
hand.
was just, the blood was running down. And
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
had juices
No.
a different color.
And the trouble was that I had told you to hold
Yeah,
your hand like
uh-huh.
this, and I wrapped it up real tight
Yeah.
so it would stop the bleeding. I could have caused it so that you couldn't get your hand
Well,
open.
I did
didn't
it
know that.
again. I did it again here. George did it with maybe second me with Lysol. Once
Oh.
was cut an orange, the other time a tomato. But back to my story.
Yeah.
I had these bad ears. I mean, terrible ears. Of course, in our days, there was no penicillin. Kids had nothing. Only the strongest survived. And they were terrible. They were just awful. So Mom had a lid from some kind of a pan.
A little pot that was,
But
Yeah.
the
aluminum
top,
lid had
yeah.
no lid, no
the
handle.
top, the thing like this was missing.
there's no tin lid to no pot.
Yeah, and it had a
Yeah.
little thing like
Yeah.
that you could steam out of it or something because it had holes all over it or something. And George used to put it on the stove to heat it. We didn't have no heating pads. And then he'd wrap it in towels.
We're in the
And
oven.
I was really sick of it. And then I put it on my ear. And he was so successful that whatever would happen, the poor billing ear drained, popped. So the next morning I get up and here's this pussy towel stuck to my ear and I can't get it off. And I'm screaming. I don't know what to do with it. You know, you can't pull it off.
You need to get some hot water on it.
And it smelled like a good old sewer would smell, you know. And dear George, she came to my rescue, but
You're getting the lid in the pot mixed up. She had a little flat pan that she went and gathered eggs in. It had holes. It was a strainer type of
okay,
thing.
but
Yeah.
this,
The
the
lid had no holes in it. The lid had only the one hole where the...
oh, the thing was.
But
Yeah.
he used pie pans when he fixed it for me.
What's possible?
Little pie pans.
But he'd put it on the
I
stove,
remember
and
that
then like,
wood.
and you put the
Mom
water,
used
when
to
the
do.
water would
Oh, yeah.
dance, then you knew it was hot, you know. How he ever got it to without burning himself is beyond me, you know. And don't you remember Mary
Use
Murray
the
too with
tongs
the
and
fudge,
pick
yeah.
the baby bottle. out of
Remember,
the
we
water.
used to call George Dr. Peel because we said he would be a doctor
Well, he
because he
was,
always came to our aid.
Dr. Peel was the character in the play that we had.
Yeah.
That's how
And
he
don't you
got
remember the
that
boy that got hit on Kennywood Boulevard? And I think
Oh,
George
yes.
really did save his arm because he put a tourniquet. He got hit by a streetcar bad, big time bad. And those old streetcars, they weren't those pretty red ones with the white top.
He should have
These
been a
little
doctor, George.
Rudy Toony ones that had the big funny thing that would stick out, you know. At one time, they had the streetcar would go down, and then you could reverse the trolley and take it the opposite way, and it had these big things that hung out. Remember how the
Yeah.
boy got hit
Yeah.
with that?
Oh, I didn't know he got
Yeah.
hit that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
bad.
that.
I know he got
was
hit,
really
but I don't know what he
I
got
was
hit
there
with.
that day, and George
I didn't
really
know
rescued
that.
that child and did a tourniquet on him, and I think George really saved him from bleeding and saved that arm.
Get on to
Yeah,
something
sure.
funny.
Yeah.
I was always going to tell you this. The story that I remember about being a kid was how Mom used to bake pies.
Yeah.
And in the wintertime, she would put them out on the porch. The back kitchen porch in the summertime had no walls on it. It was just an open porch. Then in the wintertime, Dad had these little sections, prefabricated, wood on the bottom and glass windows on top. And he would put those sections in. So we had a glassed-in, closed-in porch, and you could put your food out on that porch and it would stay cold. You didn't have to have an ice box. We didn't have a refrigerator. In the summertime, they used the ice box and had to buy ice. But anyway, she had these big, Daddy had these big things that had tar in them, or when he was doing the roof or something, they were cans, you know, about so high, so much around. He had 2 or 3 of them sitting out there on the porch, and we could sit on those to take off our boots when we come in, and so on. Or sit on and put our boots on, even. Mom would use those to cool the pies when she'd make them. So I managed to come home first for once in my life. I was always last to get home. Everybody could run faster than me. But
And I
this
know
time
it was
they
very
were
scary.
sidetracked about something. I don't know what they were interested in, and I thought, I'm going to get past them, and I'm going to get home, and I'm going to be the first one in there, and I'm going to get in the house, and I'm going to get next to the hot heater first,
Yeah.
see? So I go in there, open the door, and run over. I know that thing is sitting there. I don't look at it. I just know it's there, and I just sit down on that and start to take off my boots. And I look up. I hear this little noise at the door. And I look up, and there's Mom's face in the door, and the look on her face. And I look over across, and there's a pie, lemon meringue pie, sitting on that one. And there's a pie sitting on that one. And we were sitting in the other. I was sitting on the lemon meringue pie, all over the back of my pretty
You
blue
had
coat.
a blue
A
coat,
navy blue coat, and this
white ring.
white ring on the navy blue coat. The look on my mother's face, though, I will never forget. But she never scolded me for doing it or anything. Never blamed me.
I don't even remember.
I'm going to tell you by the time Mom didn't have a Halloween costume for me.
Because you didn't need one. Oh,
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you sure you want all this?
My-
We heard the first part of this already.
Yeah,
remember the
in
rest of it.
school I was always wearing George's hand-me-down clown suit, and I guess the first time I wore it was all right. I guess I always liked the clown suit, and it fit me nice.
And thank God it wore
Well,
off
she
the
made
whole
beautiful
thing.
costumes.
Yeah.
She
And-
made beautiful costumes.
The next time I wore the clown suit, but I don't actually remember in second grade wearing it, but I had to have worn it. But I have no recollection of the day and what might have happened or not happened. Oh, the first time I wore it, we played a game in school where the apple was hung from a string, I guess from the ceiling, hung from somewhere. And the teacher blindfolded you and turned you around. I guess you left your face in the apple, but you had no idea where you were. With a blunt pair of scissors in your hand.
Oh,
To
jeez.
cut off a kid's
But they
nose.
dumb.
Yeah. And it was a real nice teacher. And all the kids, were trying to cut that apple. They go snipping it in midair. Nothing there. The kids all laughing and So it's my turn. She blindfolds me, spins me around, and sets me off. And I'm going towards the apple, waiting to see when thinking, judging just how far away I was from something, snip. But I didn't get the laughs that the other kids all got. I didn't get the apple, but I was so close. They were going, oh, I was just so close. The teacher complimented me for being so close, but nobody got the apple, but I got closest. But comes third grade, and this clown suit no longer fits me. But I put it on because there it is, and Mom's giving it to me.
And Betty was obedient.
Yeah.
She forgot to do that.
And the
She's
sleeves
always
come to here, and the legs don't go down to the ankles. And anybody knows because they've seen the clown suit so many times. Of course, the clown hat. It was a nice peaked hat with a little tassel on, and I think the buttons were tasseled too.
Yeah.
And in third grade, we were allowed to bring a younger sibling, and she was 5, so we brought her to. And the teacher just fell in love with her, her dark hair and her dark eyes, and the teacher's in cream complexion. And of course, she was an innocent little child when she's in a strange place. And,
Do you hear the sarcasm?
Yeah. And well, you
cute.
were.
She was
And,
really
yeah.
cute.
And we had.
And I was shy too.
And I remember we had yeah, very very shy. We had
Cupcakes.
the teacher, now the school teacher was someone that we didn't know at the time. Knew Mom when she herself was young. Not when Mom was a young girl, but when the teacher was a young girl. Knew Mom. And she has real dark eyes, and here's Annie with the real dark eyes. Neil and I pale blue eyes, you know. But anyway, we had cupcakes that day, all white or yellow, I guess. White icing, yellow
I know
icing,
what's
white.
coming up now.
One chocolate cake in the bunch. She got it. She got the chocolate cake. But there, we all go around from room to room. You know, that's another thing. Here I am with this clown suit. Everybody knowing me, and the sleeves way up. So fourth grade's our last year to get all dressed up. And Mom assured me she would have something. I said, I'm not wearing that clown suit again. So I came home for lunch. No costume. And I'm sitting there at the table and I'm looking. I said, so we'll be done. And I'm saying, okay, then I won't wear nothing. Of course, I didn't mean I wasn't
You
going
wouldn't
to wear
go
nothing.
skinny to feed
No.
everybody.
I just wasn't going to wear a costume then. Okay, no costume. Like last year for a costume, I'm not going to wear a costume. But as I'm sitting eating my lunch, it occurred to me, why not get dressed in George's clothes? Daddy had this beautiful corduroy cap down summer
I remember
that he hung on a nail.
Looked
He
like
wore it
Kate
sometimes in
from
real cold weather because it had flaps, ear flaps. We love to pull the ear flaps down. And the visor had a snap.
Yeah.
So that you can
close
make it,
yeah.
open it and make it wider and smaller. And I thought I'll put all my hair up, I had long hair, all my hair up into the thing.
Cap.
And and of course I was going to wear Daddy's big shoes too. And George's clothes was big, big enough for me. I kind of swam in them. But. And so they thought, well, okay, if that's what you want to do. George didn't make any complaints about me wearing his clothes. So I went to school dressed in his clothes. I didn't wear Daddy's shoes all the way. I wore my own shoes. But I think I must have just put my shoes in
Inside
Daddy's shoes.
Daddy's shoes, yeah.
Once we got on the school ground. And clumped up to the classroom stairs.
Did you have anything on your face?
Oh, we had a mask. We all
Oh,
had,
okay.
but that's why I don't understand. All the kids must have done this because if it was just the powers, they would have known us. We only had these masks like over the eyes.
Yeah.
And Mom or Dad
Cloth.
cloth.
Can you
Usually it
believe
was an old sheet or an old, not a whole sheet, a portion of it, or a pillow slip or something.
Like
Something
the
just
ribbons that
just
are,
yeah.
now they're
Yeah.
complaining about wearing those
Yeah,
things. That's what we
the
look
veil,
like.
the veil, yeah. So you hid your
You
face.
talk and go,
So then we're in class. Of course, you sit in you sit in some other seat. You don't sit in your own seat. So everybody know who you are. And then, of course, you go up to the front of the room before the party starts, and the class guesses you. Usually they guess you 3 or 4 times. So I go up to the front of the class. Nobody can guess who I am. Nobody. They're saying all kinds of names and saying all boys' names. They're not saying any girls' names. Finally, the teacher has to get in there. I'd be there all day. And finally, the teacher says, are you sure you belong in this room?
yeah.
That was the question that I really loved because, okay, now I beat them. That question, are you sure you belong in this room? And so they're guessing. And the only name I remember her saying was George O'Brien. She said George O'Brien. They're all saying boys' names, even the teacher. Finally, she says my name. But she says it in a way that she can't believe. She says, Betty Jane? And, of course, the kids... And so then when as soon as she said Betty Jane, I took off the cap and my hair fell down. So, but she told me how she guessed me. They got
Process of
tired.
elimination.
Process of elimination. Because she figured, who in this room is that tall with blue eyes? Because through the mask, you can see these eyes.
yeah.
So
Shared a
that's
story about walking
Yeah,
home
Mom.
from Homeville School. And this is not walking home, but one of my favorite walks was when Lavinia and I would be excused from the elementary school to go to the junior
Yeah.
high school to be in the band. Beanie was a drummer and I played the crash cymbals because I couldn't count to 10. Mr. Duda had always point to me when I had to crash the cymbals. So that was always a fun walk. But you talked about Junior Mariotti. One time there'd be Jackie Watson and Lavinia and I walking through the Locust Grove. And oh, we just loved those walks. The three of us always had the nicest conversations. But Junior Mariotti, he was never in the band.
He was eventually junior. Yeah,
Was he? Well, then that's why
I
he
think
was there.
He played clarinet, I think.
He was hiding in one of the little lodges up in Locust Grove. When the three of us came, he jumped out and scared us. I mean, he frightened us so bad. The three of us took off. Oh, I wanted to. It was terrible.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around.